Well, we've adopted several policies in the Surface Transportation Policy Guide that relate to the evolving nature of transportation and transportation planning in the U.S. And some of the policy guides deal with how we address revenue amid a changing landscape with electric vehicles and more fuel-efficient vehicles. We have a declining gas tax, so we advocate for raising the gas tax in the short term, and then we advocate for moving to a vehicle miles of travel way of paying for transportation. That's one thing. We also address the changing nature of data. We're collecting data from everybody, private companies, public agencies, and we can use that data to address things like climate change. We can use that data to address safety and accessibility. So it's just really capturing the nature of how we're evolving in transportation. So climate change is addressed in the guide because we are really focusing on moving people in ways that are more sustainable for our environment and recognizing that fossil fuels are contributing to carbon emissions. The policy guide weaves in adopted policies previously done for APA. We had a freight policy guide in 2016. In 2017 and 2018, respectively, we adopted guides on autonomous vehicles and infrastructure. So we didn't want to reopen those guides the guides or position statements because they were already adopted. So we referenced them, and we wanted to fill in the gaps that brought all those together within the framework of holistic surface transportation. Well, the existing adopted policy guide was in 2010, and we've had 2 surface transportation authorizations since then. We've had a change in the federal policy landscape with the election in 2016, and we have a reauthorization coming up for the next surface transportation bill, which is due to expire in 2020. So this is very timely to have APA really be proactive in terms of guiding transportation policy at the federal level. Well, the policy guide serves a lot of purposes, and it's for a lot of different audiences. I would say primarily the policy guide is for APA staff to use it in everyday meetings with partner agencies or organizations and in advocacy efforts on Capitol Hill, because there's a lot of groundwork that just has to happen months in advance of a bill or a piece of legislation getting ready for a vote. In addition to that, I think the policy guide is for all the chapters and divisions to use as a reference point for what APA's position is on a particular topic, so that applies to every policy guide. And then the rank and file membership just has the ability to reference the guide and know where APA as an organization stands, and they can use that in their communities, whether they're talking to a planning commissioner or a mayor to say, you know, this is really good policy, it's backed by the National Organization for Planners.